Good morning, class. It's Monday, April 6, 2020. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. This is our daily agenda. For math today, we're going to be learning about trapezoids. When you finish, you will have a question about that on your quiz on Google Classroom. In reading, we're going to read an article called Can We Float Like Ducks? You'll also have a question about that article to answer on Google Classroom later today. In writing, we're going to be finishing up the essay we started before spring break called Celebrity Dinner Party, and you'll be working on a rough draft, so you'll probably be on paper today. In science, we'll be reading about amphibians on EPIC. There will also be a question about that on your Google Classroom a little bit later. And for prep, we're going to have the same prep all week. We're going to be working on computers, and I want you to try green screen out. Upcoming assignments, make sure that you finish the book for your book movie project, finish a movie for your book movie project, and start your digital presentation using Book Creator, which is due April 10th. That's this Friday. If anyone comes up with a fantastic way to send it in to me, either on Google Classroom or Seesaw, let me know. Me and a couple other students have been working on this, and we haven't quite got it yet. Just wanted to do a shout out to Jack. Happy birthday, Jack. We're so glad you're in our class, and we hope you have a wonderful birthday. Make sure if you're on Google Classroom or Seesaw and you see any of Jack's work or see him on there, make sure you wish him a happy birthday. All right, and again, the example of our book movie project and what it should look like. So we are on Book Creator. We should have a title page with the name of the story or book. The books and movies occasionally have different titles, so make sure you have both if that's the case for yours. I should have two identical pages as far as the content. They should both have main characters, minor characters, a setting, problem, theme, and summary. Remember, the setting is both the place and the time period that a story happened in, and the theme is the lesson that the character learns and sometimes that the reader learns. The last page of your book movie project will be on the app Venn. You'll take a screenshot of your Venn diagram when you're finished with it and put it into your Book Creator. One side of your circle will be about the book, and the other side of your circle will be about the movie. Remember, in the middle of the Venn diagram are the things that are similar about both the book and the movie. Okay, so today in math, we're going to be learning specifically about trapezoids. There's a few words that we learned last week that we're going to still need to remember this week so that we understand what we're talking about when we're talking about certain traits with trapezoids. The first word we need to remember is polygon. Many of us got this confused on the quiz, and even though we went over it several times, we still got it confused. I kept seeing people put five-sided shape. A polygon is not a five-sided shape. A polygon means it has many sides. An octagon could be a polygon. That's an 8-sided shape. A square could be a polygon. That's a 4-sided shape. A triangle could be a polygon. That's a 3-sided shape. So any shape that's got a lot of sides is a polygon. Quadrilateral is another word we need to know. A quadrilateral is a specific type of polygon. It only has 4 sides, and there's several different 4-sided shapes. Sides, remember those are the edges of a shape. So for instance, in this trapezoid, I have 4 sides. That's a pretty simple word. Most of us already use that word. And the last word is closed. Remember, closed means there's no openings on the shape. So with this particular shape that we're looking at here, you can see that all of the sides connect with one another. There's no openings. We would call this a closed shape. Okay, so now we're going to get into the specifics about a trapezoid. So first off, a trapezoid is a type of polygon. Polygon again means a many-sided shape. And as you can clearly see on this trapezoid, there are 4 sides. I have one side here, a second, a third, and a fourth. So since I have 4 different sides, this could be considered a polygon. And specifically, a 4-sided polygon could also be called a quadrilateral. So a trapezoid is both a polygon and a quadrilateral. This shape is also a closed shape because, as you can see, each of the edges connect with one another. There are no openings. So a trapezoid, not only is it a polygon and a quadrilateral, it also is a closed shape. Now, the real kicker here is that a trapezoid must have one set of lines that are opposite from one another and parallel. So I'm going to highlight some of the lines that are opposite one another. First off, I have this set of lines here. These two are opposite from one another. Opposite meaning across. And then I have another set of lines right here. that are opposite one another. Now, if we remember last week when we learned about parallel, parallel means that the lines can go on forever and ever and they'll never cross one another. So if I look at this first set of opposite lines, you could see I could go all the way off the screen, and those lines are just never going to cross one another. They're just running happily alongside one another. So let's check out that other set of lines that we have. This set of lines, you can see eventually will cross one another. That would make them not parallel. So to be a trapezoid, I just have to have one set of lines that are opposite one another and parallel. And I definitely have that right here and here. That's my set of lines that are parallel, and that's what makes this a trapezoid. Okay, in reading today you're going to read a short story called Can We Float Like Ducks? And you're going to learn a little bit about why it is that ducks float. When you're finished, you're going to answer the question on your Google quiz located in your Google Classroom in the folder Remote Learning Quizzes. If you think this is an interesting subject, make sure you post a comment, link, or video that you find online about anything related to ducks or other waterfowl. In science today, we're going to be reading a book on epic called Amphibians. The cover will look like this. You will find it in your biology review library on epic. You will have to answer one question about amphibians. It's one of those checkbox ones, so you'll have to know several facts about amphibians to answer the quiz questions correctly. Make sure you read the book carefully. Today in writing, you're going to be working on the middle part of your celebrity dinner party essay. Remember, this part should include the problem. I've also included on here a plot diagram. We used one like this in class, but we didn't use the formal terms. Right here, we use the word beginning in class, and over here, we use the word end. Up here where it says climax, we use the word problem. So far in your essay, you should have a few things down. Remember, down here, I should know who the characters are in your story, and I should also know what the setting is. That should be already clear in your essay. Today, as you work on that middle section, a problem should become apparent. What's happening? What's making this story crazy? Make sure that you have those three things in your essay so far today. We'll continue to work on this throughout the week. All right, app of the day. So I'd like you to spend 15 to 30 minutes on Freckle each day this week. I'd like to see if you can pass off a whole section. Every day, you're going to have to tell me what section you worked on your daily quiz. To pass off a section, it's best to see which section you're the furthest along on and just work on that one each day. All right, and prep. As I said, we're going to do the same prep all week. We're going to have computers Monday through Thursday this week. This is an optional assignment. You do not have to do it. But most of us didn't get to travel for spring break, and some of us had some plans that got a little derailed. So what I'd like you to do is, if you were planning on going on a trip or not, I want you to think about a place you would love to go and visit. And I'd like you to see if you can figure out how to use the green screen app to make it appear that you are actually there. If you can get it to work, upload your green screen vacation to Seesaw. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.